Are you trying to get in some good bets for today, Thursday, January 18th? Come along with us here at Probably. We track data from the winningest sportsbooks around the world to find you the best bets today and every day. Yesterday, another profitable day here, despite a few voids, guys getting ruled out, of course, is always going to be the case in the world of the NBA. But let's get into it with our top 10 bets for today. And it starts off, as always, with the man, the thumbnail yesterday. The thumbnail man, Jason Tatum, made us some big money. Let's hope Karl Anthony Towns fails here as well. Karl Anthony Towns under 9.5 rebounds has a 56.7% probability. We'll call it 57%. Minus 120 odds is the best bet right now, and that gives this bet a 3.8 probably score. Of course, the basic math we're looking at here, the key parts, this is the part from the winningest sportsbooks around the world. They think this has a 57% chance of winning today on Karl Anthony Towns under 9.5 rebounds. And of course, the odds. These are the odds you should be taking the bet at, because that's what gives us this expected value calculation, this ROI score. It's basically as easy as you can get to get in good bets every day is our data at probably.com. So that's what it looks like here for Karl Anthony Towns under 9.5 rebounds. Other bets we can hit on here. Lauri Markkanen under 24.5 points. 48% probability of this one winning. The best bet right now is plus 114 odds. That gives us about a 2.9 probably score for Lauri Markkanen under 24.5 points against a Thunder team that we know loves to block some shots. Our boy Chet swatting them back like vintage Dikembe Mutombo. Grizzlies plus 14.5. So big dogs here for the Grizzlies heading into Minnesota. But we'll take this one plus 14.5, 58.8% probability of winning this bet. The best bet's at minus 135 odds. So that gives us about a 2.3 probably score. Also recording this video as of 9:29 a.m. This was updated 9:24. And of course, we always talk about here probably is live data. We update as the days go on. Of course, we pull bets that are no longer active. We then added new bets as the favorable lines come in there. So that's what it looks like at Probably. That's why this is the best tool to have for yourself on your phone. Be checking throughout the day. Of course, I'm giving you guys the best bets as of 9:30 in the morning, but this changes at 1:30, this changes at 2:30, it changes at 3:30. So check it out for yourself at probably.com. Jalen Brunson under 40.5 PRA is a little bit of a low probably score. That 2 flat is right at that margin of error where, of course, we're not taking bets that are in that margin of error potentially of under 2, but definitely one that's a little bit closer. We'd like to get ones above a 4 if we can, because that's going to make it a little bit safer for you guys on video. But Jalen Brunson under 40.5 PRAs, points plus rebounds plus assists, has a 53% probability of winning, minus 110 odds to give that bet the 2 flat probably score we just talked about. Of course, the probably score calculation here, basic EV calculation, basic ROI calculation, saying this is how much more money the bet will win you than it would lose you if you were played infinitely. And that's what the betting process looks like, of course, for most winning bettors who have an actual data process. Emmanuel quickly under 30.5 PRAs, of course, a better situation for Toronto for himself in terms of the usage, in terms of the workload, but we'll take it here. Under 30.5 PRAs for quickly, 51.6% probability of winning this bet. Best bets at plus 100 odds. Of course, we have over 50% probability plus 100 odds. It's like not paying vig on a bet. Is basically how that math works. But a 3.2 probably score on this one of Emmanuel quickly under 30.5 PRAs. What else can we get into here? I don't know that I want to ladder Grizzlies bets, though. This one is probably a little more advantageous. If I were to take one of the ones here, Grizzlies plus 14.5, that's a safer bet. Plus 10.5, a little more of an appealing bet because you're getting plus money on a team just covering by 10. So Grizzlies plus 10.5, 42.7% probability of winning this bet. The best bet's at plus 140 odds, though, and that gives about a 2.4 probably score for the Grizzlies. Plus 10.5 versus the Timberwolves tonight. Great to hit that Brunson one. De'Aaron Fox did not help me out yesterday with his PRAs overhitting. I believe that was yesterday, right? Too many bets. It's either yesterday or the day before where Fox definitely put his finger in my ear, gave me the wet willy. We'll go with this one. De'Aaron Fox under 28.5 points, has a 51.3% probability of winning today. The best bet's at plus 105 odds. That gives us about a 5.2 probably score. Very strong one. I would take this one immediately for De'Aaron Fox under 28.5 points. And of course, I do take all these bets myself. Do take them the second I finish the video. Of course, answer everything to our spreadsheet to track everything every day, and then do the TikTok, and then I place all my bets. So I'm in the same process as you guys. I'm not getting the fresh data for myself, even though I should. I should be a lot smarter about this process, but try to be aligned with you guys as best I can. Over 52.5 in the first quarter of Timberwolves versus Grizzlies. 52.3% probability of this bet winning of over 52.5 in the first quarter. The best bet's at minus 1 or 2 odds. So you're taking a little bit of vig on that one for over a coin toss bet, but a 3.5 probably score over 52.5 first quarter Timberwolves versus Grizzlies. Another bet in that game that we will take today. If we're taking the under on Jalen Brunson PRAs, you might as well take it for this one as well. Brunson under 28.5 points, a 51.2% probability of winning this bet. Best bet's at plus 105 odds. That gives a bet a 5 probably score for Brunson under 28.5. So if you were to take these bets, I would say the PRAs is a fine bet. The points bet, though, definitely looks a little bit more appealing. Of course, as always the case, I forget how many bets we are on right now. So I assume we're not at 10 yet, probably getting close. Nikola Vucevic under 18.5 points, a 53.1% probability. Nikola Vucevic, man, a guy I used to bank on every night in DFS on DraftKings, and now, man, he's just not getting there in this current Chicago Bulls configuration. Could be his age too. Vucevic under 18.5 points, minus 105 odds. Give the bet a 3.8 probably score. Nikola Vucevic under 18.5 points. One more, maybe a couple. Oh, Barnes. This is tough, man, because I think this line is probably not fully accounting for the effect of Scotty Barnes playing without Pascal Siakam. Of course, Siakam just traded officially to the Pacers. Barnes going to open up a lot more rebounds, a lot more possessions overall for himself. But it's possible that having the possessions themselves take him away from getting the rebounds, getting off the glass a little bit. So we'll take this one. Scotty Barnes under 7.5 rebounds. 48.8% probability to win. The best bet's at plus 124 odds, and that gives about a 9.3 probably score. That is incredibly high. And I do think that our probability sources, look, man, I think that I would still trust our data. Of course, we do back test all these things. When you have a trade, though, that happens, I think sometimes some of these major betting markets, the ones that we're talking about, the ones that we track data from, they have $1 million customers who are placing bets every day in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I would say that they might not be the best at adjusting for a Scotty Barnes line with Pascal Siakam out. That said, the data is the data. We do trust the data here, but that is one where my red flag goes up a little bit on that, just because of the fact that it is a completely different situation for Barnes. And those were basically Barnes' prop lines with Siakam in. So I think that moves it around a little bit. The Siakam has not been rebounding very well this year. We'll take one more here, and I think we'll definitely be safely over 10 at that point. Zach LaVine under 5.5 rebounds, a 54.3% probability of Zach LaVine hitting that under on 5.5 rebounds. The best bet's at minus 111 odds, and that gives us about a 3.1 probably score. Of course, there are a ton more bets that we could hit here, and frankly, I'd love to keep going for you guys. This one's, fuck it, one more. I can't resist. This is too good of a probably score. Over a 4. I feel like we've been hitting every bet over a 4 lately, and that's something that's informing our product as well that we're probably going to be looking at changing once we get our App Store submission through on Apple. But Anthony Edwards under 5.5 rebounds, a 53.3% probability to win. The best bet's at minus 105 odds. That gives about a 4.1 probably score for Anthony Edwards under 5.5 rebounds. Again, we have this data going all day. I could keep going through bets here. There's a lot of good ones that we didn't even get to hit on here. And that's what probably.com does for you. So check it out for yourself. Use the promo code FIRST to save yourself 50%. That'll get you all of our pregame data for under $10. All of our live in-game data, the most inefficient markets out there for sportsbooks. You get all that for under $25 with that promo code FIRST. So take advantage of that. If you just want the free stuff, hit that like button, subscribe down below. Help us grow this YouTube channel because we're just trying to win people money, man. We're not getting for sportsbook referral fees. We're not trying to mislead you like some of the other apps out there that don't really help you win money. We help people win money. We've helped people win 5x yearly fees already. 6x yearly fees, I think, is more accurate to the number. So that's what we're doing here at Probably. We're trying to change lives, trying to make you guys better at betting. So check it out for yourself at probably.com. Of course, get more bets across basketball, MMA, soccer, tennis, football. We're even redesigned a little bit to get things so it looks beautiful on the iPad as well, because we had to do that for that App Store submission process. So things are looking good at Probably. Check it out for yourself. I'll be back tomorrow for divisional round NFL best bets. So join us for that one. Of course, I hope you guys take this stuff down, win your bets. If I don't win my bets, I at least hope you do. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for more bets. Enjoy your days, and of course, good luck.